Mary Macaraous Lucy Charles, affectionately known as Auntie Lucy, Sister Lucy, and Auntie, departed this life on July 6, 2012, at about 8:30 a.m. She was 91 years old. She was predeceased by her only child, Torian Ellison Charles. She left to mourn her brother, Felix Charles, also known as Julius of Bexall. Left to mourn her 20 grandchildren, including Clara Lubin, employed of the St. Jude's Hospital; Augusta Linda Frederick, employed of the Department of Forestry; Martina Charles of Bexall; Victor Bernardine, Keith Frederick, and Daniel Joseph of Bexall; Patrick Remy, residing in Barbados; Agatha Jean-Baptiste and Tema Charles, babysitters of Bexall; Albina Marshall, employed of Burger Plus; Berthalia Charles, residing in Canada, and Berthil Charles, shopkeeper of Bexall; Ignatius Charles of Bexall; Natasha Charles of Bexall, employed of PCU, Ministry of Finance; Siobhan Christophe of Mon Repos; Lemacia Charles and Linus Arthur of Bexall. Also left to mourn are 30 great-grandchildren, including Dwayne and Odwin Frederick of Bexall; Mitch Frederick of Bexall, employed of Cox and Company; Denise Frederick, employed of Lydia Faisal Chambers; Charm John; Danny and Tiffany Charles, residing in Canada; Erlin Charles, employed of CJ's; Shamika Chalmine, employed of Access; Ore Changu John of Bexall; David John, employed of Brydon's; Arnold Jean-Baptiste, employed of Blue Waters; Maureen Marshall, employed of Burger Plus; Keitha, Kifalin, and Sherwin Dennis, residing in Martinique; Gilva Francis and C.J. Charles, students of Bexall RC Primary School; Leonard Joseph Charles and Ellison Charles, students of the Bexall RC Infant School; her godsons, St. Rose and family, residing in the U.S., and Gregory Joseph in St. Croix and family in Mon Repos; her adopted son, Ignatius Solomon, better known as Guy, residing in the U.S. Also left to mourn her nieces and nephews, including Jane Elias in Martinique; Kathy Bonnet, employed of PKF; Agatha Cherry and family, residing in Houston; Theodora Richard and family, residing in Florida; and Ernest Charles, residing in the U.S. Steve Charles of Bexall, and Agatha Lesporus of Mark; Marilyn Charles of Bexall, and Lucy Sylvester of Martinique; son-in-law, Felton Lubin; her close friends, Miss Mary Mark, residing in French Guiana; Elaine Solomon; Marilyn Alexander of Bexall, and Mauricia Favrier. Also left to mourn the Sylvain family, John family of Bexall and Mark, the Charles family of Bexall, Soufre and Desrameaux, the Polius family of Chopin, Bardeny. Other relatives and friends too numerous. Also left to mourn her caretakers, Miss Affine and Shirley Ann Adolphe of Bexall. The Thanksgiving service for the life of Mary Lucy Charles of Bexall will be held on Sunday, July 15, 2012 at 4 p.m. at the Zion SDA Church, Ravin, Poisson.